Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
Welcome to Johnny Woodard presents Broken Simulation starring Johnny Woodard. We're in it, dude.
You forgot your own gag, huh? The whole
It's not a
intro
gag, Johnny. It's tradition. Okay.
Oh, I like that tradition. I'm a big fan of tradition.
Are you, Johnny?
Look at me. I'm white. I'm from North
You
Carolina.
are.
Of
You got
course
a
I am.
haircut. You look like an emo now.
I did. You know, I got a haircut, and then that day I saw somebody comment on YouTube, Johnny looking sexy with the long hair, and I was like, oh, damn.
Johnny, what was his name?
It was a guy. Yeah. Of
course it was.
It was like Beansy
That's
or
our
something like
gay.
that.
That's our followers.
Beansy.
Aggressive gays.
Jeffrey, something like that.
Aggressive gays love Broken Sim.
Do.
So your boy for 90 Day Fiance hits me up. He's like, listen, I've been working really hard. Can I have 8 minutes? I'm like,
Really?
this is going to blow up in my face.
Oh.
Yes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Sarper.
Sarper's going to just...
I thought he would be asking out of it, but no, he wants more
He
time.
wants in it, dude. He's asking for people to help him get stage time. Strike while the iron's hot, buddy.
That's
Bring
cool,
your
man.
plastic doll and hang out. Let's go.
He, it's funny. A lot of interesting feedback on that episode. A lot of people, like couples, saying like, "Hey, my girl can actually now listen to an episode of Broken Sim and be
Why
interested."
can't she listen? She doesn't like the truth, Johnny?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, good question.
Why are women afraid of the truth?
Most people really liked though that they thought it was very generous of you to take the time to talk to somebody like that.
Listen, I know that people think I'm either crazy, and I have to get back into my recovery. Nobody's thinking about me. I know that, but I know when they do, some people think I'm crazy or they despise me. I'm okay with that because I've done nothing to these people. I did a show the other day at the Ha Ha Cafe, and they had this one female comic on, and she's like back when I didn't have a Twitter. And this one particular female comic was attacking me, calling me a trans chaser, which totally blew up in her face.
Yeah.
This female comic was one of the people jumping in, going after people, and
On your behalf?
no,
Against you.
against me.
Okay.
And it's just I always laugh because this chick has get no dick energy, right? But it's funny because she does get dick, and it's the dick she eats on stage every time I see her.
Ooh. Wait, well, how did you get there from people saying nice things about you helping Sarper?
Well, because when people go, "Oh, that was very nice of you," I love comics.
Oh, I see.
I root for comedians.
Yeah, Sam's not an asshole.
I want comics to succeed. Whenever I'm a human being, I can have my jealous moments,
Yeah.
but it's never like I hope they do bad. It's I want to be there with them. I want to feel that. It's never hatred. I'm not one of these people that think there's only so many people can make it. I think everyone can make it. I always tell people, yeah, there's a lot of podcasts. Yeah, there's a lot of YouTube channels, but people are just addicted to it. They're constantly doom scrolling, constantly.
Trademark, Sam Tripoli.
No, I saw some other guy has a name doom scrolling, and then I saw some said doom scrolling podcast, and it's just like,
Damn.
I have doom scrolling, no G, because that's a shout out to the upstate New York because they dropped their G's.
And add T's to the word cousin. Cousin. I remember that. I never heard that word before in my life until you started saying cousin that time.
Yeah, you're from the South. They bang their cousins, so nobody's perfect. Okay? All right? Nobody's perfect. So we all have weirdness.
Fair enough.
But the point is that, yeah, dude, I want to help people get better at. I love talking comedy. I can talk comedy forever, but it can get into inside baseball for some people.
I think people like it.
I love it, dude. I love it.
If
I ever just give up on all my podcasts and I just want to start like a new podcast for me, I would watch old specials and break down why that was funny and all that shit.
Oh, like pause and then talk about it?
Yeah, I'd be
the
like,
bits and
okay,
stuff?
that's funny because this, they get you going this way, bang.
That's interesting, yeah.
I would love that, dude.
Should do that.
I'm not afraid.
You need another podcast.
I'm not afraid. No, I'm done.
I thought about as a running bit on this show, taking comedy in movies because it's always so bad. Stand up in movies, it's very rarely been done well.
Dude,
And
Punchline is
breaking it down
is a war crime.
Is that the one with Tom Hanks?
Yeah, it's a war
terrible.
crime.
Oh God,
She does comedy for like 5 days and does the Tonight Show.
we should do that sometime. Look at old. Like 'cause some of it's like in that movie, Funny People. It was mostly good because they were mostly real comedians, except for the stars. But it's usually just tragic. You want to do a hot topic?
Yes, let's go hot topic. I'm writing down the things I want to talk about as you bring it up. 'cause
Topics.
hot topics. Hot.
Okay, we just had a little confab before we started about what the hot topic should be, and we landed on Glenn Greenwald, the
Hot topics.
Yeah.
highly reputable journalist, also a gay man. He had a little tape leakage. And what would you describe the nature of the tapes that were
He likes getting spit on by black guys.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen it, but I've heard.
So
Did you watch it?
I just saw a still of it.
Still, okay.
Of him staring into the thing. So this week, Johnny, on Twitter, I've pissed off the trans community, the Zion. Who else did I piss off? Oh, the conservatives, and then I pissed off the Twitter bots. Like, you know,
How did you the Twitter bots are the
they
most benign people.
No, the porn bots are nice. They just want you to feel good.
Right. Well, which bots are you talking? Are you talking about?
I'm
the
talking
one-
about the Twitter bots that have fake names, and then they just
I see the anons,
they're just scumbags.
retards.
I decided out of nowhere because somebody liked my old pronoun joke, and it showed up in my feed. So I decided to promote it and spend ad money on it just to push it out.
How'd that go?
Oh, bro. All the pronoun people came out again.
Oh no.
And it was hilarious. And I just started curb stomping people. Because
That's so funny.
my feelings are they're calling me racist, they're calling me hateful, but I'm like, why are my pronouns fake to you, but your pronouns need to be taken seriously? Like, why? Why don't you respect my pronouns? And it's not like I've dropped that's my pronoun. I mean, look at my website.
Are you talking about whitenword.com?
Yeah. Look at my website. I'm that guy. I'm the real one. Okay?
So Edward Glenn Greenwald, most famous for the Edward Snowden NSA leaks
Yes.
from way back when.
Yes.
But he's done a lot of good work since then.
What's the saying you said, Johnny? By the fruits?
Yeah, you'll know people. Well, it's not from the Bible.
What is the
Jesus
saying?
said it. It's from the Sermon on the Mount.
What does he say?
Well, it depends on the translation, but it's like you will know
What's
people by
Johnny's
their
translation?
works. Is the effect of it.
You'll know them by their
You know
works,
a tree by its
fruits,
fruit. You'll know a person by their acts.
by
you
the
know.
fruits they bear. Is that it?
Yes. Well, I don't think it's worded quite like that.
Okay.
It's from the Sermon on the Mount. Let me see. And it depends on the translation, obviously, but it's from Matthew. This is
Give me the Japanese
This is
translation.
the NRSV. Every good tree bears fruit, but the bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear
I
good
like
fruit.
your saying more. Go back.
Every tree that and the final phrase is, "Thus you will know them by their fruits." The trees. are the
That's
people.
what I'm saying.
No,
So you'll know them. Thus, you will know them by their
like that band. You will know me by the trail of dead.
oh, the best name ever.
Yeah.
The best name ever. You will know them by the fruit they bear. Is that what it is, Johnny?
No. It's thus you will know them by their fruit.
Okay, thus you will know them by their
The
fruit.
Sam Tripoli translation.
So we can
might
get
be
into
something different.
the Glenn Greenwald. There's a lot of talk very years ago that, so what happens is Glenn Greenwald creates this website
The Intercept.
where whistleblowers can
Oh yeah.
kind of go and give the info without worrying about getting caught. So there's a whole theory out there that was a honeypot. There are people that think that that's a
Really?
honeypot, yeah, and that's kind of why he's blown up. So I personally, Johnny, believe that there is a psyop feel to this, and we'll get into my whole thoughts on it. But there's a psyop feel to it. Like it's almost like a humiliation ritual to blow them up even bigger.
You think it's Would you say likely that he's been co-opted at this point?
I mean, here's the whole thing. I will always go into this with everybody. I will judge them by the fruits they bear. That's what I'm going to say.
Because he's kind of owned the gay thing. It's not like they can use that.
No, I know that. He loves blacks.
Yeah, he loves
loves blacks.
Yeah, he's one step short of like Milo, you know.
Yeah,
It's like-
he's a Kardashian.
Yeah.
And he likes to get spit on. So there's been it splits up the conservative side. I'm not conservative. I'm an old school liberal. I have some conservative values in some ways.
Yeah.
But I'm an old school liberal. But I would associate more with the conservative than the progressive by far.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is this, and this is where I might lose a lot of people. I understand that within religion, that's considered an abomination. I understand that. But we're living in a world where Palantir is trying to bring us literally the Matrix.
Yes. Yeah.
Kids are getting bombed in Gaza. They keep wanting to give us these mRNA vaccines. To me, there's like, how does that affect my life? And the truth is, when it comes to social beliefs, I'm libertarian. Like, as long as you're not hurting people, and particularly children, I don't want to hear about it because I don't care. I don't care. It does not bother me. Whatever you do with consenting adults, do whatever you want. Now, the notion is, if he's doing this in private, is this affecting what he does in public? And I go, okay, so then tell me how this affected you the day before the story came out. What was the effect on your life? Because he's been doing this forever. So what is the effect on your life when you didn't know he was doing it? And the answer is there was none. You were just going through your life. And now that it's out in the open, because we are led to believe that this is some kind of honey trap and blackmail scheme, now you're like, oh man, it's destroying society. Well, what was happening before it happened?
What are people saying is destroying society though?
Well, they're saying that this is
it's like a morally corrupt.
morally corrupt.
Like his act, like the gay thing is.
Yes.
Okay.
All of it.
Maybe I was just thinking maybe like he couldn't get to an interview one day because of hemorrhoids or something. That's the only thing I can imagine.
Or he was
really.
just too busy getting spit on. He's like,
something like
I gotta go, but it's so good. Tastes like Gatorade.
I'm supposed to be talking to Edward Snowden in 20 minutes.
Yeah. So again, there's a couple people that make me nervous. One of them is closeted gays in power. They seem to be like really angry people. There's a couple other that I don't want to get into right now because it's just that's not
people that make you
broken
nervous.
sim. But I just like it does not affect me. I just don't care. I have so many problems in my life right now that I gotta focus on that and not what some guy who lives in another country is doing with another dude. And it's just like and this is what happens every time in the culture war. Once the right starts winning and people start coming back to the right, this thing pops up and runs everybody back the other way. Because I was raised, Johnny, that you don't judge somebody based on their group, right? And it's a very nuanced thing to do, and that's why nobody does it.
Unless their group is like murderer or
yeah. I mean that whole thing, obviously, like what's happening in Gaza, right? We can go, well, that's wrong, right? And maybe you don't have, like I've said this before with the stuff in Gaza, it's not Israelis versus Palestinians, even though it does affect Palestinians, and I defend them at all costs. Like I just did a show in at the Hollywood Improv, and that guy Basim was there. Do you know what I'm talking about? Who's like the famous Egyptian comedian?
Yeah. What's his? Oh, Bassem Youssef.
Yeah, he loves me. It's like there's certain guys who come up to me and like when David Tell knows my name, I get giddy, and then when Bassem Youssef comes up to me, he's like, bro, that was so good. I get giddy because I respect him so much.
He's great.
Yeah.
And he's a guy who's actually experienced like some real shit.
Yeah.
You know?
So I was doing a joke about that I've been talking about forever. My neighbors are Israelis. We have fights over the curb. And the joke is, oh my God, I can't believe Israelis aren't getting along with their neighbors, right?
Yeah.
It gets a huge laugh. and then I decided to say free Palestine, and the whole place erupted, dude. Like the whole place erupted, dude.
That's how it happens.
Right? I was like, whoa. And I even forgot to finish the bit that I was doing. So
That's how they get you, though, by the way. You know that, right? That's how you start down the virtue signaling trail right there, because you do it one time.
So you're saying I virtue signal?
Well, I'm just saying, and then next time maybe it's like,
I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted to the class.
Maybe next
Very
time you go like,
interesting take on
hi,
that.
I'm Sam Tripoli, he, they, and then everybody's like, yeah, fuck yes.
Okay, interesting, Johnny.
It's
I'm not
possible.
saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I didn't see it as virtual signal.
White knighting it.
I thought it was just like taking a chance on stage in Hollywood, So the whole point of that is that I just don't care. Okay, the whole point of this rant going on is like it's not really to me. I'm not focused on is Israel versus Palestine, even though my heart goes out to the Palestinians and I do whatever I can to spread awareness. You could take both those groups out and replace them with like Muppets versus Sesame Street or Care Bears versus Pokemons, and I would still be mad at the one side that's genociding the other side.
Go Care Bears.
Right?
I'm on the side of the Care Bears.
What if they're the
way.
ones getting murked?
I am in favor
What
of
if
the
they're
Care
the
Bears.
murkers? What if Care Bears
Care
are
Bears
murking
forever.
Pokemons?
Love the Care Bears.
What if they're just murking Pokemons?
You can eat a dick Pokemon.
You don't.
I don't care.
Oh, Johnny, your hatred is
Big time. I'm a Care Bear supremacist.
Johnny, you're gonna be like those Israelis who go on the news and they're so not used to having counter, and they just give. It's the old saying: give people enough rope, they'll hang themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
And you're like, we're here with Scott Ross, Scott. Excuse me. Damn, I was just talking to Scott. We're here with Johnny Woodard, who's a
Thank you.
pro Care Bear person. Johnny, what are your thoughts on the Gaza Strip right now with what is believed to be Care Bears committing just pure genocide on these poor, Pokemons?
Show me the proof. I haven't seen any proof of that. It's all AI. Fake news.
Yeah, you also got to bring back the October 8th data of release of hostages. You have to bring that up. That has been completely debunked 1,000 times. But the point is, so going back to the Glenn Greenwald stuff, is that I don't care. I just never want to get into that. As long as you're not hurting people and you're like, well, that's anti-Christian, it's abomination. I understand that, but God gave people, and this is where I'm going to lose everybody because I'm not the most scholared Christian. I haven't studied it enough, but I just love thy neighbor. And if you're living your life and leaving people alone, then you will never hear anything from me. And that's my opinion.
I don't understand why this is such a big story. Like, what this liberal media, if they had any, what would you say, moral consistency, they wouldn't be covering this. This wouldn't be, nobody would ever have known about this except for him tweeting about it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's another thing. Why is he tweeting about it?
Yeah, I just don't know. There's a lot that's weird about this to me.
It's definitely weird, and it seems
Because
like
most people we know don't care about this.
yeah.
Like, why,
I mean, like within the conservative and the conspiracy community, you do see people
it's
irritated
mostly
about-
live and let live, though, right? Like,
I'm old school, dude. Like live and let live. I don't care. Again, as long as you're not hurting people, particularly children, you'll never hear anything from me. And I have friends of mine that I am convinced couldn't come to grips with their homosexuality, and it cost them their life. One guy drank himself to death, and the other one, I believe, offed himself because of it. That's just my opinion. I don't know, dude. But so I don't care. I just don't care. It
dark.
doesn't mean anything
Yeah.
to me. And it just goes back to the culture wars. But again, we start getting all this stuff. This is PSYOP season. And it just seems like PSYOP season seems to be a lot like soccer season. It's just every day.
yeah. No,
There never
you're right.
seems to be like, oh, we're in the off season
Oh,
of
yeah.
PSYOP.
Yeah, there's no free agency of PSYOP season. No.
Right.
You're totally
So
right.
it's just very weird to me. And it's just like all these things are happening where there's like, oh my God, this is attack on the community. And you just like, so we've had two big ones recently.
Kicking off Pride Month, great, though, with this sex tape, right?
Johnny, how happy are you that you're out of West Hollywood, dude? The
Oh, I know.
sounds.
I love the West Hollywood.
You love the sounds?
I would not necessarily the sounds in June, but
I'm going to tell you something, Johney.
a good place
West
to live.
Hollywood, out of all the cities of Los Angeles is the cleanest.
Absolutely, it is,
And it's
and the
very-
safest, if you ask me.
It's very interesting because they will mark when you enter West Hollywood, and once you go out of West Hollywood into Hollywood, it gets really dirty.
You can
I
tell
was
right
just
away.
driving to the Improv, which is on Melrose, to do a set, and I could not believe how dirty Melrose was. I mean, it is filthy.
It's like going from North Carolina to South Carolina. The roads immediately get shittier because South Carolina just has shitty roads. It's the same thing crossing over into Hollywood.
It's mind blowing to me how much they've let this town go to crap.
Did you read his statement? I mean, he says, last night some videos were released online depicting behavior in my private life. Some were distorted and others were not. I'm curious what he means by distorted. They were
They
published.
made my dick look smaller.
I'm really curious. They were published without my knowledge or consent, and its publication was therefore criminal. Though we do not know yet exactly who is responsible, we are close to knowing.
Isn't it weird
Uh-huh.
when a woman gets something released, a porn, a picture or something, there seems to be this outcry and then it immediately gets shut down. But
What gets shut? The outcry gets shut down?
no,
Or
the tape, the video, it's taken off instantly. It's very hard. Like
Yeah,
when
'cause
Chelsea,
it's almost like an assault or something.
when Chelsea Handler released her porno, and she like had it taken down instantly. But then Glenn Greenwald, and this is my whole thing with my friend Kevin Blatt. He's the celebrity sex tape broker. I go, how is this not revenge? Like, how is this not?
Kind of is, isn't it? Oh.
Because it's a guy and nobody cares.
He says the motive was a maliciously political one. I'm curious how he knows that without knowing who did it. As for the content of the videos, I have no embarrassment or regret about them. The videos depict consenting adults engaged in intimate actions in their private lives. They all display fully consensual behavior, harming nobody
Yeah.
except my beehole. Obviously, it can be uncomfortable and unpleasant. I bet so. When you have your private behavior made public against your will, that's why the behavior is private in the first place. But the only wrongdoing here is by the people who published it, obviously. He ends by saying, others are, of course, free to form their own judgments, as some are prone to do about others' private lives. It won't change my work. I will continue all the many prongs of my journalism and pursue the causes most important to me, exactly as before.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me because this gets into the thing with the gay sex stuff. It's like, obviously, we're very close to the Mecca of gay, right? It's the Mecca of gay.
West Hollywood, yeah.
West Hollywood, at least in America. And so everybody celebrates gay. But when you actually talk about the action of gay, what they do, everyone gets real fucking quiet.
Yeah.
Right? And
No,
it's
totally.
like Joe Rogan's bit about walking in on lesbians versus walking in on gay men having sex. Right?
heard
Like
it.
Rogan's bit is like if you see two chicks going at it, it's kind of like seeing a beautiful deer.
Oh, yes, yeah.
In your backyard. You're like, oh my God, this is so beautiful.
Yeah.
You walk into dudes having sex. It's like a zombie movie. It's like one of the greatest bits ever written,
Yeah,
dude.
that's great, dude.
So that's what
funny.
this gets into. Like, what do we? So I remember one time I was at the Comedy Store, and I don't know if I ever told the story before, but I remember. I'm not gonna say the name of the comic. I'm not gonna say the name of the other comic, but there was a comic on stage talking about his gay brother. Then this gay comic ran on stage and said that he had banged his gay brother, and everyone clapped and laughed. I'm like, oh, it's that kind of crowd. So I go up and talk about the time I had to do Molly and watch hardcore gay pornography because I lost a bet. And the room got quiet. I'm like, what are you talking? What just happened to you guys? I go, you just celebrated this guy banging this dude's brother like he's some kind of civil rights hero. And I'm telling you about losing a bet. And suddenly you're staring at me like I'm the Frankenstein monster. And it is the psychological. It is so crazy that weird switch, right? It's this weird switch.
Because you're straight, yeah.
Well, it's just like, I'm talking about losing a bet. He's talking about penetration. And they're like, yes,
Yeah.
you are brave.
He punished that ass consensually, and you got punished by having to watch other people punish ass. That's the difference. You get it. You understand.
I don't understand why I'm the bad guy. Why am I
You're
the
always
bad-
the bad guy, yeah.
I know. It's because I have dark energy. And it's very hard to do comedy.
Sam, we don't say dark for bad anymore. That's not what we say. That's we've decided that is racially has a racial undertone, and we don't say
Johnny,
it
you're gonna ruin everything.
negative energy is what we say
You're gonna ruin everything
on this. But we're trying to abide by
All right, Johnny,
YouTube's
enough
policies.
of hot butt talk.
Life is always a little crazy around the tinfoil hat broken sim universe, and one thing that helps me unwind is Cornbread Hemp's CBD gummies. If you don't know about CBD, it's a great way to take a little edge off. It helps you calm while you're going about your day, can help with stress. Cornbread Hemp's CBD gummies are made to deal with all of that stuff and to help you feel better. Like I said, stress, discomfort, or just needing a little relaxation. They only use the best part of the hemp plant, that's the flower, for the purest and most potent CBD. All of their products are third-party, lab-tested, and USDA organic to ensure safety and purity. Right now, Broken Sim listeners can save 30% on their first order. You just head to cornbreadhemp.com/broken and use the code broken at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/broken using the code broken.
If you have a second, please leave a review. It helps us so much to move up in the rankings. It helps us to fight the shadow banning. Also, if you could, just download the episode. Even if you don't plan on listening to all of it right now, that's a great way for you to also help us because they see that as a listen. So yeah, please leave a review, download it. Thank you so much for listening. And if you don't do any of that, we still very much appreciate you being here. Back to the show.
What do you want to talk about?
Oh, you got something? Or
Yeah.
I mean, I got plenty of things.
I have a
here.
couple things,
Okay.
dude.
What's up?
So I went. I have social anxiety really bad.
Heard about that.
Like really bad social anxiety. And I got an invite by Felipe Esparza to go to his, he has rented out a whole entire house. It's a house on, in this really nice neighborhood in Van Nuys. And it was so funny because it's a super white neighborhood.
Okay.
And he rented a house for his new studio. So
Nice.
they had a studio warming party and I got invited to it. And, you know, like
Is he still at ATC or did he leave?
I think he's doing his own thing.
Cool.
I don't know though, but so do you see that ATC now has Adam Friedland
Friedland?
from
Yeah, well, it's funny.
Cumtown?
Yeah, it was that. I don't know anything about him except I see his interviews pop up every now and then.
yeah, he's from Cumtown.
Yeah, their studio is going to be suspiciously a lot like our new studio, which is mildly annoying to me, but because I'd never seen it before until that moment, and I'm like, oh shit, clearly something's in the zeitgeist about blue.
It's okay,
and
Johnny.
Brown.
Johnny, we had those TVs years ago.
I know, yeah, and I finally got it to work with the logo on the TV. It's like,
anyways, Johnny, so I get invited, and I'm like, Felipe's such a nice guy. He does my show all the time. I'm gonna go do it. Let's go. So,
oh, you're doing his show there?
No. He does my
just going to
comedy
the party.
chaos
Okay,
all
I
the
got
time.
you. I got you. Okay.
So they're both very nice people. So I'm gonna go, and I go there, dude. And I'm telling you, I love Mexicans. Mexicans are great. You know that bit that Fluffy does about how he got the name Fluffy?
Don't know any fluffy bits. No.
Well, he does a joke about how, like, he brought up to his mom that he was fat. And his mom goes, "You're not fat, you're fluffy."
Okay. Yeah.
And I go, that is the most real shit I've ever heard, because Mexicans are not fat. They are fluffy. You never see a Mexican on Ozempic, ever. I've never seen an Ozempican, ever. I've never seen an Ozempican in my life.
Yeah.
And so there's some thick people here. And Mexican chicks are the best because all they want to do is be hot and have kids. They're so it's
A lot of
amazing.
fat Mexican chicks, dude. Fluffy.
Well, I mean, when Mexicans go out, when they
when they hit the wall.
when they hit the wall, they hit the wall, and they got shapes that you've never seen human beings in before.
No, dude.
It's unbelievable.
real thing,
But
yeah.
when they are hot and they're in their mode,
Yeah.
they're the best because they're super feminine.
Don't you think if you
Ladies-
marry a Mexican chick, you just got to bang as long as you can without getting her pregnant? Because once she
Good
does,
luck.
it's over. dude.
Handshake, you get them pregnant. Right?
They're fertile. Yeah.
They are fertile people.
Yeah.
So it was just nice, dude. It was nice. So, anyways, I'm walking around. I'm
walking here.
I'm walking here, and I get led to show the whole studio. They're showing it to me. Lisa's very nice. We walk through this one door.
Lisa?
And yeah, that's Felipe's wife.
Oh, okay.
And I walk in and some comic is taking their fist and pounding it on the table. And I'm like,
What?
what are you crushing there? And I'm like, people are still doing cocaine. People are still doing coke. There are people out there still doing coke with fentanyl out there.
Yeah.
What do you like? And I become my mother instantly. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you think I'm dumb? Do you think I don't know what you're doing? You don't think I used to do that? You don't think I was a crazy person back
I don't
then?
think I would like to be asked if I would like to.
No, I get asked all the time. I have no interest in cocaine.
Are they testing it at least? These people doing?
I
coke
don't
now?
know.
I hope
Everyone,
so.
you know what everyone always says? I got a great dealer.
That's bullshit.
Those are famous last
You
words.
can't know. You can't know
You can't.
unless you test.
Dude, it's so nuts. But it was the nicest people. And Felipe is so funny, dude. He was just in the middle of his yard roasting everybody.
Really? Oh, that's
And
fun.
Mexican crowds are the best. They're the best. They don't even want you to do material. They just want you to light them the fuck up. And it was a great time. And of course, I had to leave because I had to go do a gig. But man, it was great. And Bo, my social anxiety was just like, and I had to get the fuck out, dude.
Good to have a reason to leave.
Yeah, I had to go drive an hour to a gig, which was a lot of fun in Costa Mesa. Great
The best
crowd
to have a
there.
reason to leave because then you don't
Gotta go
be
make
really-
money, dog. Gotta go make money, dude.
I just make shit up when I need to leave.
I know.
pretend.
I've walked into birthday parties, wished a person happy birthday, and walked right out.
Yeah, I mean, I've not even gotten there. I've gotten to the door and just been like, "Fuck this." Dude.
Johnny, why do
Many
do
times.
you walk out? Because you don't like your socks?
No, I just it's
Johnny,
the-
you love aggressive socks in your shorts. I'll tell you that for sure.
I mean, I do love socks. Yeah.
You love aggressive white socks.
No, I don't wear white socks.
What's-
Very
here, let
rarely.
me see your-
I
let
have
me
white
see-
socks on right now. But
Exactly,
that's the only
Johnny.
pair I own.
Case
It's
closed.
the only pair I own.
Man,
It
that
is.
was like mic drop, boom, great show.
I wish
Bye.
I'll take a picture of my sock drawer later. It's all black and dark gray.
But
and
you like them high.
well,
You
yeah.
like a high. You will peck a wood.
It depends because I mostly wear pants. I'm a grown man. I don't wear shorts.
You wear a
Sam.
lot of shorts, Johnny.
I don't.
You do.
Well, I wear
see
gym
you
shorts
almost
if
every
I'm
day.
if I'm doing like some active. Yeah, I wear gym shorts.
Like what? Jazzercise?
You, like working, doing something with my hands, like hammering something. As
Johnny,
I want to.
are you talking knuckles up?
I never do knuckles up. No, that's your.
You've never
that's unique to
switched
you.
it over to the other hand just to feel
No, I don't have the
alive?
dexterity for that.
You don't
no.
do that?
I'll go right
I'll
to
do
left.
both, bro. I'll do bang, 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 bang. So it seems like I'm in a three-way.
That's a weird technique.
Sometimes you just got to mix it up.
No, I don't. You see, it's going fine for me. I don't ever feel the need to mix it up. I'm pretty consistently happy with how it's going.
Oh,
So
really, Johnny? Interesting.
Maybe once I get older, but
Oh, Johnny, was that a shot?
Yeah.
You taking shots at my age? I can't help it. I came out of the hole first.
yeah, it's just it's taking too long though.
So
maybe I do need to switch up. Do you have that where it just takes? You're like, I need to finish this now.
Yes.
It's been 2 hours.
yes.
I don't
So
need to have
Johnny,
the perfect video to finish on. Let's just wrap this up so I can get some work done.
so my neighbor, okay. By neighbor, I mean the guy lives in a van in front of my house.
Yeah, we've heard of him. We
Guy.
remember that guy. Yeah,
Guy we love.
you've got weird energy, isn't that what he said?
No, I wouldn't say he's got weird
no,
energy.
Didn't he say that about you? Or then he
But
said,
yeah, he's the guy who said I had weird energy. I'm like, you live in a van in front of my house. I have a gorgeous house.
it's like walked up to you and said, "You've got weird energy." Dana told me he just shows up now.
Yeah, he shows up. It drives Dana crazy. I'm like, there but for the grace of God, go I.
Yes.
So the other day, Dana was walking. He goes, hey. Dana goes, what's up? He goes, you know what month it almost is? She goes, no, what? June. She goes, okay. You know what that means? Dana goes, no. He goes, gay pride. And I go, please, Lord, do not let this guy bang in front of my lawn. Please. I do not want the smells and the sounds coming from a van rocking in front of me. I'm going to have a mobile gay bar.
You might get an invitation.
No. It's good to know you got options out there. You're like, fuck it.
Wait, here's my question now. How horny do you have to be to go hook up with a guy who lives in a van
Down by the river.
like in the valley. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, not only are you
Well,
hooking up
I mean,
with,
just the
it's
fact
not-
that you're a valley gay is very
Yeah.
weird when you're so close to Mecca.
especially when you live in a van and can live anywhere.
Yeah, you can literally live anywhere.
You
they
could live
can't
in
move
West
your
Hollywood.
car
No.
because of these fucking Marxists.
Truly, they can't. Like, the lady lived in front of my apartment in West Hollywood for like 2 years in her car
Yeah.
because it wouldn't even run anymore. She couldn't have driven away if she wanted to.
Yeah, yeah.
They said nothing about it.
Go move your car.
I sit out there for 30 minutes and get a ticket for street sweeping. This woman is there for 2 years, doesn't move.
Yeah.
Real thing that happened.
Real true stories.
Yes.
True stories. So
Scam.
my daughter has PS5,
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. What's
fever.
That? What is that?
PS5,
Is that bad?
PlayStation 5.
Oh, of course, yes.
She has PS5 fever.
What's she playing?
Well, she's not playing with her toys anymore.
That's good.
So if you have a kid, which Dylan from Conspiracy Social Club just had his
Congratulations.
first kid. She's already got him wrapped around his finger. He just is so in love with this kid. It's beautiful. So
That's how they get you.
that's how they're so
Evolution,
cute.
bro. That's how it gets you.
Yeah, they're so cute, dude. And you just want to hug them forever. Today, my daughter asked me to carry her. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do this much longer. I'm just going to carry them because they're getting big.
And your legs are getting heavier by the day.
I agree. Oh, yeah. It's so bad. So I told you, have I told you about her playing video games?
Brief, but not to any great extent, no.
So she always yells out these games she wants to play. And one day she's playing this game. Have I told you about Goat Simulator?
I know that game, but I haven't played it.
So she wants to play Goat Simulator. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a cute game, Goat Simulator. I mean, if you're not into conspiracies, Goat Simulator sounds like a great game.
Yeah.
So we play it. She's going around, and it's like literally there's a million versions of Grand Theft Auto for children. They're preparing you to
Yeah,
move.
Yeah.
So
That's fun.
she's playing Goat Simulator, and one day Dana comes up to me. She goes, "Do you see what she's doing in that game?" I go, "What?" She goes, "She's killing people." I go, "Really?" I go, "Oh no." She goes, "Do you know what age that game is for?" I go, "No." She goes, 15-year-olds. I go, "Oh no, we gotta get her off there. Get off the game. I'm the bad man. Get off the game." I have a tone with her, and she knows I'm serious. Get off the game. So we put her back on Minecraft, and Minecraft it says it's like all ages basically.
Yeah.
So one day she comes home from school and she's talking to Dana, and she goes, "Guess what, Dana?" Which Dana's now, according to her preschool, is bonus mom. That's what they call them, bonus moms.
Oh, interesting. Okay. That's curious that that's such a social phenomenon that they have a name for it.
Yeah. She goes, "Guess what, Dana?" She goes, "What? I killed a whole village." I go, we go, "What?" "Yeah, I killed a whole village." I go, "Why did you kill a whole village?" She goes, "Because I need a place to sleep." I'm like, oh God, I'm raising a serial killer. I'm going to have a serial killer for a kid. And I go, you know what? That's better than an adult film star, right? It's better than an adult film star.
Amen.
I'd much rather my daughter's body count come from body bags than from dudes.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So I was telling Kurt Fox, and he said a funny thing. He goes, the only perk to having a daughter that's a star is that you know her hot friends put out. That's literally the only reason to
That's a good one. Yeah.
so and it's just true, and I'm sorry, people get mad. I've done that joke a couple times, and it's gotten a weird reaction from people because when you're talking about your daughter being an adult film star, people get weird, and I get it. It is a weird thought.
Yeah, they should chill out.
And I would never want that, and I would lose my fucking mind if she became like I know a guy. He's a really cool cat. He had a podcast episode of his podcast where his daughter came out and said she wanted to be a porn an OnlyFans model, and he was supportive. I'm like, I would shut that down. She wouldn't get out of that room.
No way.
I would just go, do you know the shit I put up with to raise you? Do you know what I put up with? You think I'm going to be okay with this? The hell I went through? I would, if you were just going to do adult films, I would have banned you a long time ago. I love you too much. You're not doing it. It's not happening. This thing that we've convinced women that pornography is empowering.
Or like a valid career choice. You know what I mean? Like,
it's so ridiculous.
like, yeah, you could be a janitor, or you could work in the, crystal sales industry, or you could just slut yourself out on the internet
it's
for
so
money.
ridiculous, dude. And it gets back to this thing that we've talked about on the show 1,000 times about women giving out their body count and thinking they've achieved something.
Yeah.
And like to think that adult films is some honorable profession when it used to be for fucking outlaws that couldn't do anything else. They were so traumatized. And now like this notion that if you're gorgeous and have a fat rack, you have to sell ass on the internet. Like you don't have to. You can actually use that body to get knocked up by a rich person and live good for the rest of your fucking life.
Or at least lie about it and pretend to be,
Don't tell anybody, wear a mask, then get weird.
call yourself a fitness influencer. Because I'm telling you, dude, 99% of the women who say they're fitness influencers are just doing the same shit as OnlyFans. A guy's just watching. It's guys. If you look, all their followers are guys watching them work out in yoga pants and their erect nipples.
So much crotch on the internet.
Dude, it's
just butthole
impossible.
galore. And
and Instagram knows too because they just throw it at me.
Well, of course. It's one of the 4 ways you blow up on Instagram. You're either doing stupid, violence, sex, or you're pissing people off.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 ways you blow up on Instagram.
And you're always talking about the Charlie Brown teacher. That's what I hear when some chick's talking about her squat technique. She's like, you like to have your back out. Just watching her ass.
There's a lot of young people don't know the difference between infamy and fame.
Yeah, that's it.
And so they think and then you have, the Hawk Tuohy girl is the greatest example of like rise to fame and instantly get kneecapped. That was a thing. They will talk about 2024, the Hawk Tuohy girl. And then they'll talk about how she faded real quick.
She fucked it up herself too. That's the
Well,
great
she
thing.
just trusted fucking sharks around her.
or she's the shark.
No, I agree with that too. I think she is a shark. I think women are able to flip real quick. They call it switch.
Yeah,
They can switch real quick.
code switching. Yeah, it's funny how they're helpless except for when it's to their advantage. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I didn't know nothing about that crypto stuff, y'all. I'm so sorry.
I'm so stupid.
We were misled.
Yeah, and then the guy sitting right there that convinced her to do it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And now this guy,
She's
who
gonna
I think
have a
is
sex
Howie
tape.
Mandel's kid, and Howie's one of my favorite comics of all time, just destroyed this chick's career.
Oh, was Howie Mandel's child?
I think it's his son.
Fascinating. Didn't know that.
Fun facts.
Fun facts here on
Fun facts.
BS with.
Yeah, it was definitely weird. Hey guys, real quick, I want to tell you about my good friend Christian Darnoff and his wonderful website, livelongerformula.com/SAM, guys. I want to tell you something. Are you guys experiencing some troubles with digestive problems, low energy, you can't sleep, brain fog, or hormone issues like low sex drive, anxiety, and weight gain? Yeah, you just said my life. That's me. I'm having problems. So listen, what I need you to do, and this is how you help the show. I just want you to go check out livelongerformula.com and book a free health assessment with my boy, Christian Darnoff, okay? I butcher last names, but he's been on Tinfoil Hat multiple times, and he always crushes it, okay? Christian is a longevity author and a functional health practitioner, and he will help you get your gut working smoothly, detox yourself, boost your testosterone, sleep like a baby, and function at your best. That's what we want from the hate watchers, okay? That's what we want, because you deserve to be at your best and thrive, not just survive through the apocalypse. So go to livelongerformula.com/SAM, where you can watch his latest free masterclass on the 7 deadly health fads that are shortening your life, okay? And after watching the masterclass, if his approach resonates with you, you can book a free metabolic functional assessment with Christian so he can help you identify the root cause of your health problems. Make sure to mention my name. Say my name. Sam. Okay, say Sam, Sammy T, Sam Tripoli, okay? sent you. Please mention my name when booking your session, and you'll get a free gift if you decide to work with him to optimize your health and longevity. Go to livelongerformula.com/Sam and take control of your health right now. That's livelongerformula.com/SAM.
This is a headline from CNN this week. The R word is back. How a slur became renormalized. There's a new word. I like that. Renormalized.
I think it's okay because I think 99% of the people when you use the word aren't talking about special needs people.
Of course not. No.
They're talking about dumb assholes.
Of course they're not.
And if you I have special needs teachers in my audience all the time. They always tell me after, and I go, "Well, you're doing a great job, and I appreciate it. You know, I'm not talking about them.
No.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. All these fucking idiots out there." And
We're talking about people like the fittest flurfer.
yeah,
That's who we're talking
By
about.
the way, I keep trying to get him on the show, and he keeps.
You're trying to trick him, Sam.
Yeah, I mean,
You're going to trick him.
he thinks it's an ambush, but I go, you only think it's an ambush if you think what you're saying is bullshit.
Yeah, right. Like, what? We're going to say, hey, that doesn't make any
I
sense.
mean, you've made wild, unfounded accusations against me, and it's fine. I don't care. I think it's hilarious.
it is fun.
You put out personal DMs in a conflict. Like, I've taken fans' DMs and put them out because they're hilarious. Because like there'll be roller coaster rides of like, dude, you're just so out of control. You're disrespectful to your fan, to your guest.
Yeah.
You never shut up, but I love your show. I mean, it's like
saw
this
that one,
roller coaster.
that was great. Yeah.
That's different than making accusations against people and then acting and then putting out personal DMs when people are trying to discuss the situation.
By the way, I'll say never trust a hot chick who you see post other guys' DMs to her. Never.
Yeah, and that's another thing about, it's like I have to watch myself. I am a guy, therefore the other side is women, and I do believe we're getting into this time where like these protected classes that were protected for some reason in society and culture are no longer protected, and now it's kind of an overcorrection, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And we teach men manners. Men hold doors. How many times has a chick been at a door and not hold the door for you to come through?
Yeah, every time.
Every time, just slam. You're like, dude, how rude is that? And one thing we don't teach women, and I'm teaching my daughter this, we don't snitch. You're not a snitcher. You're a Tripoli. You're not a snitcher. Okay? We don't do that. But for some reason, these women think it's okay. Even to the point where they go out and try to catch guys doing it.
Unless it's just murder for them, and then we snitch. That's the only time.
Obviously, when a child's life is in danger, then I don't call that
we go to the
snitching.
police.
I call to the police. And Alex Rosen is finding the weirdest people possible.
I don't know. Who's Alex?
He's this like 6'5" Jewish guy with a beard, and he's a pedo hunter. And
is that guy? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I want to get him on tinfoil hat.
It's in there. That'd be a good guess.
I think he's great. I do think we're just getting these low-level guys, and everyone thinks we're doing something, and it's just like maybe that's the only ones they're going to allow to arrest because everyone else is controlled. And
you think you should go for the big fish, like politicians and stuff? I'm down with that.
Oh, I'm sure he gets whoever comes.
Yeah, they
right.
get.
And again, I've said they seem to all be on the spectrum.
Yeah, there's something going on there.
They don't. They have zero social skills, so they don't know how to talk to people. So somebody goes, "Hey, you're cute." They don't know how to experience that, and I'm not giving them excuses because they do have to get off the street.
Yes,
but there's something there to that.
You got to go when you have that problem.
Okay.
But yeah, so just that R word thing on an April episode. This is the story. On an April episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, the host used a slur within the first 45 seconds of the show.
Joe Rogan. I don't know how he survived. That takes so much mental fortitude to keep that juggernaut on the tracks. It's just like, dude, look at all the shit we get in our show is a billionth of his show.
Truly. The word retarded is back, and it's one of the great cultural victories, Rogan said with a laugh on the April 10th episode of his uber popular podcast, probably spurred on by podcasts. That's his quote. A few months earlier, Elon Musk used the word in response to a Finnish researcher who called Musk the largest spreader of disinfo in human history. Use of the slur has more than doubled on X, the platform Musk owns, in 2 days after he made that January post. So apparently it's exploding everywhere. And I just want to know if you feel like some credit is due to you for that.
Like
success.
Jay Dyer said, I push culture. He didn't say those exact words, but it was along the lines of like destigmatizing the N-word and all that stuff. Because these rules, these things come with rules, and then there's so much fine print to them, you can't really take them seriously. Like you don't have a set rule. You just like, who are you afraid to get yelled at by?
Well, you're afraid to get yelled at by Adrian Massanari, an associate professor at American University, who said that the resurgence of the R word is symptomatic of a grave problem, the apparent death of empathy. She says, what you're seeing now is people with their masks off. This is not just misunderstanding, but the mischaracterization and demonization of communities. The use of that kind of language is signaling a shift,
Yeah, she's
a
so full
desire
of shit.
to sort of
Do you think
push
she
the
would
envelope.
say that at a Dave Chappelle concert? Of
course not.
Like she goes to Dave Chappelle and he's dropped 18 N-bombs in a 5-minute set so far. Do you think she's going to stand up and say that exact? She's never going to say that.
The death of empathy, Dave.
Yeah, it's total bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, again, I have rules. I don't call black people the M-word. I just don't. It makes them sad. They get sad. And it just sucks because I love everybody. But it's just like these rules got to go, man.
I did see one black guy comment that it made him sad when you said the N-word.
Well, I love
Last week.
him and I'll hug him. And it's just like, it sucks.
He wasn't talking about you, dude. He was talking about himself.
Oh, when he said
You weren't talking. I'm talking to the commenter now. I'm saying Sam was talking about himself when he used the
It's
N-word,
like
not you.
when I promoted the my pronouns bit. The guy goes, "Hey, you're racist." I'm like, "You can't be racist against yourself." That's called depression. What are we talking about? Some guy at the Improv wanted me to do the bit. Do that. I go, "Bro, not the Hollywood Improv." Their minds would all melt and they would start crying. Right? And there were two girls in the
You
crowd.
did it though. The R word's back, Sam. Good job.
You're welcome, people. My work here is done. Bum, bum, bum,
No,
bum.
you got the N word, and then you're done. Then you can just head
We're
on.
there. I mean, you're always going to have the threat of violence. There's just nothing you could do about that. They're always going to want to fight you.
It's the final frontier is the N word.
Well, it goes back to the Glenn Greenwald thing and everyone upset because, there seems to be this trend of rich gay couples only adopting boys. And everyone's kind of like,
Oh, really?
What
Huh.
is that? Why is it only boys? And then they're inferring certain things,
Don't you think men prefer to have sons though?
Probably, yeah. But then, they bring that in, they bring that other stuff into it.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like I am because we're on YouTube. I have
Yes.
to watch my words. But, it's just, it's like, I think, this is some Scott Ross here. I could say his name for real there properly. Scott Ross said this to me a long time ago. And I've said this before on the show, which is that outside influences change groups. Like now that we see, like, even though people don't care anymore like they used to about the racist, right? Mm-hmm. But that name being called that was the white people M-word. That's Sarah Tiana's joke. That's the white people M-word.
R word?
Racist.
Oh, yes.
Back in the day, if you got called racist, it's like you could lose your job.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
people never want to be called racist.
Consequences.
Right? That's how it is. But guess what happened? Outside influences changed the way people acted. You can even do it with homophobia. Like when this Glenn Greenwald stuff comes out, people are just like, I don't care. That wouldn't happen 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah, I don't care thing.
That I don't care what he does in the privacy of his own home because we have now gotten to the point where this outside influence has kind of changed the way we think about things. Well, I think you're starting to see that now with certain protected groups. Jews, women, gays, blacks. And now that kind of firewall that has always been like socially, you can't comment on that because you will be called some kind of hate speech monger, right? That's gone. And what Scott would say is like the reason men are so crazy in prison is because there's no females there to reward or punish their behaviors. Right?
Interesting thought.
With love and sex.
Yeah.
So now it's just guys being the most alpha version of men, which is violence and SA and all that stuff.
Who's enforcing those rules in the gay community?
Well, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, that's one.
Is that maybe that
Logical.
because the argument is that there's this tones of what we can't say on YouTube right now when a gay couple adopts boys, right? Dark.
Yeah.
We're gonna say dark energy.
Yeah, we know what you're saying.
And that someone will bring up is like what percentage of this community are on the offenders list, right? And my whole point to that is that maybe they need outside influences that push the community to demonize that behavior. And that's every group. Now you see something with what they call black fatigue, right? You've seen black fatigue.
What's that? I don't know what that is.
Okay. So black fatigue is this notion that people are getting fed up with ghetto behavior.
People in the black community?
Well,
or just everybody?
White people first, and now all these black content creators are talking about how black people are getting tired of black fatigue and ghetto behavior. Where does that come from? Because now finally these firewalls are down.
Yeah.
And there's outside influences that people like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton stopped by calling everybody a racist. And I watched David Frost interview Jesse Jackson. Like everyone doesn't know he helped get Martin Luther King killed. Like he literally in court said our job was to bring him to the hotel. And then we stepped aside so they can get a better shot, allegedly. But that's what was said. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
So now we have that. Stuff going on with Israel. That firewall's down. Now you're seeing outside influences start to insert itself. And that's necessary. It's important. You have to be open-minded to criticism. It's how you grow. Now you don't if someone's just being nasty. I saw this great quote. I want to read it to you right now.
Okay.
This is the great quote, and it's such a good quote, and it's everything that all these comedy trolls do, and this is it. Here it is. Where is this? Okay. This is from a guy named Seneca the Younger.
Yes, familiar with him.
Men can be divided into two groups. One that go ahead and achieve something, and one that comes after and criticizes. That's like 99% of these YouTube trolls and and Twitter people. That's it. Either you're creating or you're criticizing. That's it. And it's very crazy to me, these comedy trolls, how much they shit on the people that help them exist. If all comics stopped, these guys would have nothing to talk about. Okay? And so going back to my original thought is that maybe maybe there needs to be an influence on people, a community that might have a higher percentage of a certain group of people, a certain behavior, that this is not proper behavior.
Who would that be?
What do you mean?
Who is that? You think
By calling them out on their bullshit.
just as a group?
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. And that's what I think it is. And so, Johnny, are you watching this P. Diddy shit? Are you seeing any of these videos breaking down everyday testimony?
No.
It's so fucking nuts. It's 10 times worse than anyone imagined. Yeah. And I don't know.
I saw his assistant was the last thing I saw when she went on the stand. And
it's just it gets into this mindset too, dude, of you hear it all the time. And there can be this belief that that's just explaining away behavior. But the notion of not being able to leave something when it's so toxic, and you almost get this kind of Stockholm syndrome or this helplessness belief. But you're listening to people who were just terrorized and traumatized for like 70 grand a year. And that's a lot of money.
You don't think they all thought they were eventually going to get paid off somehow? Like not like in a lawsuit or something, but just eventually he would lift them up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, maybe, but he's a psychopath.
Yeah.
That's why he's there. And like,
did you see Trump talking about whether he would pardon him?
did you hear what 50 Cent said?
No, I didn't.
I'll talk to him. I'll talk to Trump. I'll let him
Was
know.
he joking or
No, dude.
he would seriously go to bat for Diddy?
No, he's like, I'll go and tell him that you're not going to pardon this guy.
Oh, okay. Good.
50 Cent's a real one, dude.
Yeah, because Trump was like, yeah, I heard he said we used to be friends, and then I didn't talk to him for a long time, and I heard he said some not so nice things about me when
Yeah,
I
is that
started running for
crazy?
office.
Like he was campaigning against him.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. All you gotta do is go on YouTube and find anyone. Now I'm just gonna say what's very interesting. He's like, you'll see one saying he's finished, he's going to jail. Next one saying he's gonna get off.
Is this becoming a racial divide kind of thing?
No, well, they're gonna try to
Like
make
OJ?
it. They're trying to make it into an OJ thing, but he's so dark. Like he is so nasty.
Harvey Weinstein's in jail. He's white.
This is so nasty, dude. He's he's a predator.
It's sick, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. What he did to people, hitting people, essaying them.
Well, dude, the one tiny glimpse of it that got out before all of this was when he was chasing that woman and his girlfriend or assistant, or
kicking
whatever.
her?
Yeah, in the hotel room, and just the way he was treating her, like
Yeah.
with no regard for her humanity in that hallway.
But it's so crazy, Johnny. It's so crazy. I don't know if I've already said this episode, but it's like, dude, it's like a who's who of hip hop is on the stand. And like they're all victims of this guy. And it's like everybody who ever won a BET award is on this fucking stand.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's so crazy,
No
dude.
wonder Mace got out. Became a
It's-
pastor.
It's so crazy.
Doesn't that
dude.
put it in a different context though? Because Mace was just like he hit hard and like it could have been as big as anybody, and then just suddenly as quickly as he came disappeared.
Yeah.
and it makes you wonder what did that guy see that he
Yeah,
was like, I don't want this,
100%.
dude.
And then they find the Lord, which is like this progression in life. But
Yeah.
and like, dude, I mean, I'm getting to the point. If you've been in a music video, if you've been on
I want to
television,
say what? Yeah,
if you've been on television,
Sam was star
dude.
of many music videos.
yeah, from like 20 years ago,
Yeah, the P Diddy's heyday.
my metal videos, Avenged Sevenfold. Come on, dog. But it's like
Britney Spears.
I wasn't Britney Spears.
Yeah,
Yeah. When she was getting like completely like programmed. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. It was so crazy to see her in this room because they had her on stage all by herself. And you're like, this might be the loneliest person who's the most famous person on planet Earth. And she looks so lonely right now.
Oh, really?
And like Dana and Wayne saved her.
Did you want to go save her? Did you have any impulse
No.
to just take her by the hand and lead her out of there?
Do you remember the Leave Britney Alone guy?
Yeah.
He showed up at the shoot and we're like, you gotta go.
Was this before? It would have been before that too.
No,
right?
this
Oh,
came after.
Oh,
He was
okay.
already well known.
Really?
Yeah.
Thought that would have been before. Interesting.
So,
Leave Britney alone.
and then he went just fucking, I don't even know what happened to that guy.
Yeah,
but
I don't think it's important.
But the point is, like, dude, it's just like, it's so crazy. Like, as a conspiracy theorist, you're like, dude, everybody is a satanic file and had their cheeks clapped. And you're like, whatever, crazy guy. And now it's all coming out. Like, they all are doing it.
And they're still in denial. Well, dude, I wanted to play. Okay, so I'm having some issues with the audio here, but this is just breathtaking stupidity from Sam Harris with Michael Moynihan, a guy I have a lot of respect for. Used to be at Vice, but listen to what they talk about with respect to French agreement here. Like it's not all been confirmed. Essentially,
You're thankfully not on there. And the tweet was, Sam Harris hates free speech. The
Right, he did
richest
that
man
today?
in the world
talking about Elon.
is
Right.
attacking you
Right.
routinely. The man who has not the levers of power, but almost, I mean, he's obviously stepped away from the White House, but wildly influential, but he can walk by any person on the planet and he's richer than them. And he is regularly denouncing you.
Yeah.
It's like the best thing Elon
yeah,
does.
This is what's so awful about
I
this
called my
ethically
mom and
because
told her about
in
it.
Elon's case, I mean, I know how deep the rot runs because
Oh, really?
since I left, again, it's about 2.5 years, I have communicated with him exactly twice by email.
By the way, I originally
and both times it was to point.
I originally wanted to play this just as proof that Elon might still be on the good team because
I doubt it.
Listen to what he's about to say though; it's funny.
Out that some right-wing lunatic was manipulating him by taking a clip from my podcast or some other podcast in a very misleading way, making it seem like I believe the opposite
took
of what
my
I in fact
words and
believe.
twisted that.
And he was noticing it and reacting to it because he's the busiest man in the world. He doesn't have time to see what I was actually saying in context. So he exports this thing to tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people. And on 2 occasions, I've just given him all the receipts. I've just said, Elon, look, you're being manipulated by, in some cases, one of the morons who gave us Pizzagate. In other cases, it's somebody of equal moral stature, and I point out, listen, you're in context. I'm saying the opposite of what you think I'm saying here. Why are you doing this? Why aren't you? Why are you engaging with this person? Why are you defaming a former friend?
God, he's wordy.
And I know, and it's in certain cases, I've enlisted the closest people to him in his life, right? His best friends and his brother, on that email chain.
Johnny,
and at least one case, the most recent case, one of his best friends chimed in and said, Elon, that's I heard the podcast. It's absolutely not what was said in context, right? So he's got testimony from someone who he still counts as a good friend, and his response to this personally is go fuck yourself, right? So he's got zero compunction around making.
That was the actual response.
Yeah, stop it.
The actual response was go fuck yourself. Do your rebuttals on X.
Do your rebuttal. Oh, always be closing, dude. ABC.
Isn't that great?
So I don't know what is more embarrassing, the Glenn Greenwald video or whenever Sam Harris talks, because it's a humiliation ritual. This guy literally he brings up pizza as like this thing about like and this is the guy who said he didn't care if they found dead kids in Hunter Biden's basement.
The only difference is he's spitting on himself. That's the difference between
and it's just embarrassing. This guy is embarrassing, and he's just like Ben Shapiro. He's just like Jordan Peterson. When we were in simpler times and it was right versus left, or in Sam Harris's case, Islamic people bad, and it was cut and dry, and there was no debating on it. This guy flourished, but now it's become nuanced. He has no ability to change, and he just keeps sucking his own dick, and it's embarrassing. When you go, I don't care if they found dead kids, and even if you're being sarcastic, right? It just totally discredits anything you say after that.
He's got the Zen squeaks.
That was from this.
The Zen squeaks going on. But when you can, you see, I'm okay holding him to that because he is someone who considers himself like a wordsmith, takes pride in being exact in his manner of speaking. His
podcast is elevator music.
Oh, it's so boring.
It's so boring.
To borrow a phrase from Hank Moody, he's a human dial tone.
Yeah,
that's really
and he's just verbally jerking himself off.
Yeah.
And it's just like he just keeps going because he can't do anything else. And like you saw the Tim Dillon clip, right?
From CNN?
No, where he curb stomps him
in person.
No, he does the funny. Look up Sam Tripoli, Sam Harris snuff film. Look that up in Twitter. This is why Tim Dillon is the fucking master, dog. This is a Jordan flu game right here.
Okay.
This is how good this is. Watch this clip. This is a snuff film of Sam Harris's career.
Sam Harris, who runs a meditation app, but also believes that Israel should just bomb anyone at any time. It is hilarious to be a guy who runs a meditation app and he spends half the time telling people about breathing and how to self-actualize, and the other half of the time telling people that we need to bomb as many children as humanly possible until Israel feels comfortable. That's just an interesting archetype of person. It just is. Okay, I want everybody right now to breathe. I want you to breathe in and out.
And just take a few deep breaths.
What we need to do is indiscriminately bomb women and children. I want you to breathe in and out right now.
It's a snuff film.
The internet hates us having.
It's so funny, and it's like whoever put that together.
I want you to imagine an apartment complex. There's children playing soccer outside. Now it's gone. It's gone because there were bad people in it. Now they're all gone. Now it's rubble. And I know it's sad, but it's necessary. Collateral damage. I want you to say 2 words. Collateral damage. Focus on your breathing.
He's the best.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
It's so funny, dude.
Well, have you talked at all about that CNN interview where he got them to put out the whole thing, and it's just,
Yeah.
it's so she just keeps trying
You know what's
over
so funny?
and over and over and
he
over
brings
again.
up really great
Get
points
him.
about the left and the person nobody's talking about that has the potential to be the Joe Rogan of the left. I don't know. I don't think anyone could get that big.
We should say the question she asked him that kind of brought it all to a head was, is there a Joe Rogan equivalent?
I'm going to tell
on the
you who
left?
I think it could be.
Go on.
Tim Heidecker.
Yeah, his show's huge. Yeah.
His show's huge. And you know what Tim does? And like he's gone after a couple of my friends, so obviously I don't like that.
He's a little too, what would you say, avant-garde, right?
Yeah, but to the left, that's who likes that.
too alt.
Like when Tim and Eric came out, every commercial tried to beat Tim and Eric.
Yeah.
There were people trying to do what DJ Dog Pound did, which was edit fucking weird like he's the greatest
I know
editor
exactly
ever.
what you're talking about, yeah.
His awkward moments that just created so much texture.
Yeah. It's
Like-
why the original Office is a work of art, and the U.S. remake is just
It's just
a sitcom.
it's a filet mignon and a hamburger.
Yeah.
You know, but Tim Heidecker can do it because he's really good. He doesn't necessarily attack, and he doesn't attack an idea as much as he makes fun of how serious people might take
Yeah,
themselves.
he kind of holds it up to you, and it's like, see
And
this, how dumb this is.
And I would say that's what Bill Hicks used to say comedy was taking something and put it under the light of common sense. Now, again, he's gone after people I love, and that
Heidecker
sucks
or
when you
Hicks?
see- Heidecker. And I don't.
I was about to say you're holding a grudge on Hicks from
No, it's Heidecker.
40 years
But I think that's the guy that could do it, and like he's doing great. This notion,
yeah.
there's this notion that there's nobody on the left is actually ridiculous.
Well, it's called the mainstream media. That's what.
Well,
it
it's
is.
like even though he's open minded to everything, I would tell you, Jimmy Dore probably sees himself
Yeah.
as more leftist.
Bill Maher. They don't even own him. They won't take
Bill
him.
Maher's like lost. He's like too rich, and he's like lost, and he holds
But he
on.
is a Democrat. He's
Yeah,
a
but
liberal.
Again, his podcast has become a fucking humiliation ritual. Every time he goes on there, he brings on something. He brought on Dave Mamet, and
Credit
Dave
to him for that, though. I mean, credit to him for being
Well,
willing to do
it's
that.
probably like a much bigger version of Conspiracy Social Club, but it's like he brings on people, they curb stomp them, and he cuts the clip out and he puts it out.
Yeah, because he I don't think he has an ego about that.
Well,
shit.
because the truth is that a mean click or an angry click is
still a click,
still a click.
Yeah, maybe even better because it's that old Howard Stern thing. Remember in Private Parts, that scene where they're like, yeah, and the people who love Howard watch for 2 minutes on average, and the people who hate Howard watch for 30 minutes on average. It's people hate watch things.
Yeah.
It's a very real human
Hate watch.
instinct to hate watch.
Should we change the name of the show
That's a
to
good
Hate
name.
Watch?
That's a good name for it. Dude, that is tempting. That is very tempting. Hate
Should we
watch.
call it Broken Sim, aka Hate Watch?
That's too long, but I'm tempted.
Dude, we're like You Tell Us by the Trail of the Dead. We have a long day.
Yeah, but then if we put it in every title, we get no keywords. Hate Watch is good though.
No, dude.
I hope something
We're
else
going to
is
change
called
the name of the fans. You are now
The Hate
called
Watch?
the Hate Watch.
The Hate Watch. Okay.
Dude, let's make a t-shirt called Hate Watch.
I like that, dude. I'm trying to see if Hate Watch is that as a podcast. Wait, Hate Watch. There's something on the Southern Poverty Law Center, that gem of an organization. Hate Watch. Dude, that's their blog for hate
dude, let's
speech
do it,
and
dude.
hate crimes.
Hate Watch.
I love it.
That's great, dude.
Hate Watch monitors and exposes activities
Johnny,
of the hard right.
do we have any new comments on the
You mean ratings and
Yeah,
reviews?
yeah.
Sure, I don't have it up here, but let me just give me a hot fucking second.
Give me a hot fuck. Johnny, it's 11:11. That means the Lord is looking over us.
The Lord is always looking over you,
The Lord is always looking
no matter
over
the
us.
time, Sam. You should know that.
The Lord is always looking on to us.
It's funny. Did you ever hear that? I grew up having to listen to mostly country and then some Christian music. And do you ever hear Billy Corgan talk about Christian music? And he was like, "Yeah, I just think God would like to have some better bands." It was like the best line about. He's like, they're all just influenced by Bono, and he's totally right, dude.
Dude,
It all
what about
sounded like
Bono
you two.
going on Rogan?
It's fascinating, isn't
And
it?
then, dude, the people
Regretting
are
it
just
instantly. Yeah.
murdering him.
They were talking about all the USAID cuts. Do you call it USAIDs or
USAIDs.
That's what I call it.
I call it USAIDs too.
Well, I'll just pull that clip really quick and then we'll read the quotes. But yeah, it's funny. It's almost like Rogan kind of heard the comments about him not having enough lefties on, and
Yeah, but he
decided
has
to have
everybody
this.
on,
But then he
dude.
has this idiot on, and
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, dude. That's a big get.
no, it is. But the guy's an idiot.
I mean, this is a show that had a guy from 98 Fiance on.
Yeah, that's
So,
true, yeah.
who are we to judge?
No, truly.
Talking about making wells for people in the Congo to get fresh water, when you're talking about food and medicine to places that don't have access, like, no way that should have been cut out. And that should have been clear before they make these radical cuts. Like, there's got to be a way to keep aid and not have fraud. And you can't say we're going to kill everything so that there's no fraud. But then you're killing all the good, and you're doing it without letting anybody know it's going to happen. So it's not like they had 3 years to prepare. Let's build a new infrastructure. Let's make sure that everything's set up.
What I find very interesting is like how many people talk to Bono on like, I'm on your level, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody. Yeah.
And that's got to be the weirdest thing to him because everybody sucks his dick constantly.
Completely. Yeah. And this is it right here.
It's not proven, but the surveillance enough suggests 300,000 people have already died from just this
ridiculous
cut off, this hard cut of USAID. So there's food rotting in boats, in warehouses. There is this will fuck you off. This will not. You will not be happy.
Are you ready?
No American
Are you ready to fuck off?
There is, I think it's 50,000 tons of food that are stored in Djibouti, South Africa,
Man, I
Dubai,
hate it when they store stuff
and
in
wait for it,
Djibouti.
Houston, Texas. And that is rotting rather than going to Gaza, rather than going to Sudan, because the people who know the codes or for the warehouse are fired. They're gone. And
well, that was kind of
so
stupid. Not to tell anybody the codes.
What do you think? What is that? That's
This guy has
Well, they're
weird
throwing the
butt
baby out
stuff
with the
energy,
bathwater.
doesn't he?
Right, this is
Big
the problem.
time.
The problem is, for
Stop.
sure.
Can you stop it for a second? Yeah. Just look at their skin tones. Like Rogan looks like he's in and I know people are gonna be like, Triple E fucking kissing Rogan's ass, but there's a different light, and then you go and you look like go back to Bono, he looks like Bram Stoker or whatever that fucking vampire.
Dracula? Yeah.
Like look at the skin, it's pasty. He's got to dye his hair. It's just two guys have different footing in the world.
Yeah.
One guy's insulated from everything.
Everything.
And the other guy seems to be in the mix. And like, no matter what Rogan does, the internet explodes.
And this guy hasn't made a good song in 40 years, bro. They were good for like 5 years in the 80s, the late 80s. And that's
What do
it.
you think of this? Like that,
Yeah.
it's like I
Yeah,
didn't
that
get the
weird-
response. Like usually
Exactly.
I'm in an arena and everyone cheers
Yeah.
and I got nothing.
That's totally it.
for sure, there have been
Two different lights.
a lot of organizations that do tremendous good all throughout the world. Also, for sure, it was a money laundering operation. For sure, there was no oversight. For sure, billions of dollars are missing. In fact, trillions that are unaccounted for, that were sent off into various... They don't even know where because there's no receipts. The way Elon Musk described it, he said if any of this was done by a public company, the company would be delisted and the executives would be in prison. But in the United States, this is standard. When Biden left office, when it was clear that Trump won, in the 73 days, they spent $93 billion from the Department of Energy on just radical loans, just throwing money into places.
Right.
And there's no oversight, no receipts. Like the whole thing is, there's a lot of fraud.
Nobody's told me
a lot
that.
of money laundering.
Dude, why are you talking to me like you know me?
You know he didn't like that either.
He did
His
not.
little butt was
You know
boiling.
why? Because he's getting that money. That's why.
Yeah. Well, dude, he's probably never heard that, honestly. Because think about it. He watches MSNBC all day.
That's what I'm saying.
He's never heard that.
Nobody's telling me this.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the key to it's like,
Crazy.
again, everyone's, but it's like, you could tell people that are like grounded based on the people they hang out with, who they've been friends with forever. Right? You see this happen in Hollywood all the time. People friends with people at the open mics and all that shit. And then they get famous and they want to act like they don't know them. And then they just drift off into fucking some false reality. Is Bono still hanging out with the guys from the around the block?
I'd like to know that.
I would like to know that too.
Let's see. Pavement Peach. Boy, that's an old school reference right there.
Yeah, peach on the pavement,
Yeah.
peach on the pavement. Come on now, put the peach on the pavement. Can we make that a shirt, Johnny?
We have a shirt for Peach on the Pavement. We sold a few of those, actually.
Well, sell some more.
BSmerch.com. Bucket Grime says, wow, who knew doom scrolling would be monetized on YouTube before Broken Sim? Despite this transgression, Johnny still allows Sam and the almighty Zenchin on his show.
Zenchin.
A duo that can never be apart for too long.
Snaps! We're doing reviews. Thank you.
Yes, 5-star reviews only. That's all we ever get, to be fair. Religiously, this is from Mace Ovelli on Rumble.
Oh, nice.
I think that's what it is. This podcast is a total gem. The hosts deep dive into fascinating topics, blending sharp research with gripping storytelling. Do we do that?
Do I do any research? I don't know if I do one research. I think the only thing I find is videos for doom scrolling. That's it.
Every episode keeps you hooked, sparking curiosity and new perspectives. Perfect for anyone who loves thought-provoking
Can I
discussions.
also say something, Johnny?
This guy's lying.
Can I say something?
That's
There's
the
a
idea,
group
yeah.
of people on the internet that think reposting something or reaction videos to it is stealing content. That is not
It's called people who have the rights to the videos. That's what it is. They're trying to get that
what
money.
it is, dude, it's just the new form of the internet. Like if it was stealing, Instagram wouldn't give you a repost button. There wouldn't be repost fucking apps. There wouldn't be any of that stuff.
Yeah,
like
which Instagram resisted for a long time.
the internet, the YouTube is driven by reaction videos. They're driven by reaction videos. I would tell you that like the great show Jimmy Dore in itself is like a news reaction show. He's great at it. That's why people love it. And then you can even go even farther that the news is a reaction video. How many times they show you like, oh, this is on the scene. We found this video. Bang, they're reacting to the video. That is the basis of so much entertainment today. And again, it gets into these fucking open micer newbie Gen Z's motherfuckers who like just fucking steal terms and repurpose them for just, they don't like it.
I'm just thinking how you turn this wonderful 5-star review into, you found a way to turn that into something adversarial, and now you're getting mad at people who don't agree with this guy who left the 5-star
No, I
review.
love that guy. I'm
No,
not
I'm saying, but
I'm
you-
just saying I've seen stuff on the internet. Dude, everybody is reacting video to people's shit. It's just the basis. Dude, I can't tell you, Johnny, how many fucking tinfoil hat clips there are out there where people put their own watermark on it. Do I go, no.
That to me that's.
I don't give a shit. I just put, hey, check out the podcast where this video's from, Tinfoil Hat with Sam Tripoli.
Don't put a watermark on something that's not yours.
Well, that Dom Lucreci or whatever his name.
Dom Luker, yeah.
Yeah, he does that all the time.
I'm not a big fan of that guy.
I'm not either. When he got super Zionist after going to the White House.
Well, also, I've seen shit where he's just completely made stuff up that wasn't.
Yeah, that's that Matt.
You have been selected to be exposed.
Yeah, it's just so stupid.
So dramatic.
Oh, yeah, Johnny, what about the AI deepfake video you put out of me doing my...
What were you talking about there? I don't understand what you were talking about.
I was doing my Kid Rock impression.
That was Kid Rock? Oh,
yeah, when he showed up to the White House dressed as a USA gay figure skater, and I was just singing his song that he sang, and then you isolated it and made it seem like I wanted to suck off all the men.
So you did say those words, and you just said them again. Thank you.
No, Johnny, I didn't. Shut up. Go on. Next one.
Great. Open your eyes. It's a must listen. Oh, it's in our eyes. Listen. John's Boy 60 says that.
John Boy 60. Man, that means there's 59 other John Boys.
This is 5 stars, but it's not nice to XG. Do I have to read it or no?
You don't have to, but
okay.
I wish you would.
I don't want to read it.
Okay.
It's not very. They weren't happy with him being added.
One show?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people thought when you said he was on the show now that you were serious.
Okay.
Most people were in favor of it, but this guy was not. He was not happy. The duo we all deserve. This is from a not so funny guy, Johnny. Let your boy keep throwing 100-mile-per-hour sliders.
Yeah. Let me throw sliders, dude.
I don't know what that means.
Why don't you let me throw sliders?
I don't understand what it means.
Bro, I'll knuckleball that shit.
I guess he's talking about, I don't know.
Me.
And nobody, by the way, nobody throws 100-mile-an-hour slider that I'm aware of.
I do.
Okay.
On the show.
That's a weird one.
You try to stop me, but I won't.
Minnesota Cryptids. MN Cryptid says, bang, bang, love this show. Look forward to Johnny Woodard.
Johnny, did I tell you where Bang Bang Pow came from? You once asked me that.
I don't remember asking you that, but go ahead. Prompt yourself with a fake question that I didn't ask.
Johnny, you did ask. Where'd that come from, Bang Bang Pow?
Okay.
And I finally realized it, where it came from, because I was having a memory of it again. So when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was be Patrick Ewing.
Okay.
And, I talk to myself all the time.
We had an episode about
and
this.
I would sing to myself, give me the ball in the low post, let me bang, bang, pow.
That's so funny.
That's where it came from.
Were you like dribbling too? With the ball?
I would just
great.
always pretend I was in the low post and I wanted the ball so I could fucking score for
Were you
Georgia.
disappointed when you didn't turn out to be like 7 feet? Was that
I was so sad, dude. All I wanted to do was play for Georgetown.
Were you one of those people that tried to make yourself taller? Did you do any of that stuff?
No, but I tried to make it so I could jump higher.
What, like do an calf exercise?
Yeah, I bought those shoes.
Oh, really? You did?
Yeah.
The moon shoes or whatever?
the moon shoes. And I walk around in them.
That was bullshit.
I wanted so badly to jump. Damn. And my brother got all of the athleticism. He was great at baseball. Like I say, he was the #1 high school bowler in New York State. He was the best golfer at the high school, and he has a bigger dick.
That's annoying.
That is so. When he's your younger brother,
yeah, that's rough. Dude.
There's nothing more annoying than that.
That is.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday to my brother. He just turned 5-0.
Really?
My little brother is 5-0.
Oh, that's weird.
Unbelievable.
God, it's going fast.
Oh, it goes so fast.
It's
Wait,
scary,
when you have
man.
kids, it just flies.
Scares me. All right. Entertaining Jay Dizzle says the sexual tension between the host and the co-host.
I'm telling you, Johnny.
Gets distracting
You've admitted
at times.
before you were sexually attracted.
I have not done that.
You did.
I'll never admit that. IB Toad, 5 stars. The word. He says, Sam, I love all your shows. 5 stars every show, but the word you are searching for is semantics. Stop saying semantics. All right, we read that one before, so we're up to the line of 5-star reviews. Please leave your 5-star reviews, and we will read them unless you're saying something incredibly rude about XG.
Yeah.
We don't
go after XG.
You did leave a 5-star review, though, and your name is SFGCBCC. I'll give you.
Thank you.
I'll read your name.
Come
on
back
here.
and say something nice that doesn't involve curb stomping our local Mexican.
He does not have a horrible voice. Shut up. Okay.
My favorite part actually is when I'm going for something and then he jumps in with a question that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, and then I have to bring it back.
Or it's like something that you said like 30 minutes ago.
But Daddy doesn't leave anyone behind. Always remember that. Do you think I have low energy on this show?
I don't know. I think you've got anything.
Pump up the jams. Pump it up. Get those
The
feet
business.
started. And the jam is.
That's all I'm-
Yeah.
A place to
You know, so Salt and Pepper, you know what happened to them? Diddy clapped those cheeks.
Really? Which
No, I
one?
don't
Salt
know.
or pepper?
Both. He
Oh,
just
both.
sat. He just
lined them up, huh?
racked them up, and just started hitting holes like it's
On top
Price
of
Right.
each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Looking for cash and prizes.
It's like that game on
Punch Out.
Yeah.
Price Right Punch Out. One of the
On
best
Price
games
is Right?
ever.
Yeah. Oh, I miss Price
Dude, you
is Right.
remember when Drew Carey was known for having real life dolls? Like he had a bunch of them.
Dolls?
You know those sex dolls?
Real dolls?
Oh yeah, he was known for having a bunch of them. He was just
No, I
hitting
didn't know
it.
that. I didn't know that.
Getting everybody pregnant.
Is that
Johnny,
real?
I was
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey. I was at the pool the other day with my kids, and I was so happy because there's nothing but hot pregnant women everywhere. I love hot pregnant chicks.
You love hot chicks of any.
Yeah, I do, but hot pregnant women, that means they love the sauce.
Oh, I see. You know that.
Yeah,
somebody-
they're in.
Yeah, there are certain facts you can be sure to know about.
Yeah.
A woman who's
Yeah.
pregnant. I got you.
Sauce.
Okay. Jeez. Let's see what you want to do in the news.
Do the news, Johnny, so I can go home.
I don't even know. This doesn't qualify as news to me, but it is a weird thing that is
sauce.
It's a weird thing that is true. So I find this gross, but you're gross, so maybe it will appeal to you.
Really, Johnny?
Dr. Squatch, the soap brand who sells like way overpriced bar soap.
Yeah.
But I thought we were beyond bar soap. We have better technology. It's called body wash.
Yes.
They're trying to sell you soap made of Sydney Sweeney's bathwater. The internet is incapable of being normal, according to GQ, about Sydney Sweeney. When she hosted SNL last year, conservative media figures crowed that her décolletage signaled the death of woke. After a photograph of her sunbathing on a boat went viral, commentators chimed in with bizarre and lewd remarks about her body as, oh, shut up, lady.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude,
Shut
she puts
up,
her tits
lady.
out. She
What
puts
is
her
this
tits
woman's
out,
name?
dude.
This woman who wrote this story as a hypervisible public figure whose titties are also hypervisible. Sweeney has said that she has come to terms with being unable to control her image. You can control your image. You can wear a
you love
sweater
your
everywhere.
image. Stop crying.
She's not crying, to be fair. I've never heard Sydney Sweeney complain. She's selling her bathwater, bro. She's not complaining.
I'd hit it.
I love this. Oh, God.
Johnny, would you hit it?
Sydney Sweeney? Are you kidding?
Would you crush it?
Oh, I'd try. Last fall, when she'd think I was trying to break her in half. Last fall, when Sweeney dropped a saucy ad for the male personal care brand Dr. Squatch that featured her soaking in a bathtub while calling viewers dirty little boys, horny fans took notice and specifically began clamoring for a taste of her bathwater.
Yeah,
Sweeney
who
tells
isn't?
GQ that she was definitely not aware of the erotic implications around bathtub water until I started seeing it in my own comments. Anyway, so Dr. Squatch has now made a limited edition product out of her bathwater, a soap. What do you think of that? Does that interest you at all?
Nah.
I find it kind of gross, if I'm being honest. I don't want anybody's dirty
I don't
ass
find it kind
bathwater.
of gross.
Really?
Not at all.
So it doesn't interest you, but it's not gross?
Well, it interests me enough to buy some right now.
Not? Are you? It's a limited edition thing. I don't know if it's...
I'm buying some.
Is it for
Sydney-
sale already?
Buying some.
Or are you just saying that so you
Sydney
can have an
Sweeney's
excuse?
bathwater. I'm buying some right now.
Let me see. Are you really?
Yep. Johnny, I just bought some. I own Sydney Sweeney's bathwater.
Oh, crypto, you mean? Sam's buying crypto on the pod. She's a lovely girl, though.
She's a lovely girl.
I remember I first...
Such a lovely girl.
I've been on the Sydney Sweeney trail for a while, and you were not impressed with her. when she
Johnny,
first
I
came
would
around.
tell
I don't
you
know.
that you are correct. I was not on it. I think she's overrated.
I think you're crazy.
I
All right,
think
we
she's
talked
overrated.
about
There's
Sam
1,000
Harris.
porn stars that look exactly like her.
Not 1,000. Okay. Okay. So what do you think's going on here, Sam? Is Cory Booker, Senator Cory Booker, is he hiling Hitler right here? Is this any more of a crime than what Elon Musk did?
Well, that's the whole thing, Johnny, is that everybody's trying to say it's the exact same thing. What are we doing here?
Here's the funniest part about this. He realizes what he did right after, if you watch, and he tries to go back and clarify that. Watch him right here as he's right here. He's like, oh, shit. Oh. And they cut it. Every video I've seen cuts it off before he gets to that part.
Hey, it's a heart attack. Let's watch it again.
But
we're going to get deemed because of the
He's like, oh. We can mute that because there's no sound of him. But look, he's like, oh, shit. Oh, damn it. I just hiled Hitler. Oh, no. Oh.
What's his name?
Cory Booker.
Bathhouse Booker, they call him.
You ever seen the documentary, that street fight about him when he was first? It's an incredible documentary. Street fight where he was running for mayor of Newark, just a fully grassroots. His first campaign, trying to unseat this guy who had been mayor of Newark for like 1,000,000 years, and how dirty it got. It's one of the best and last great political documentaries.
Did he win?
Yeah, he did. And in the early days of Netflix, it was kind of one of the few really quality things that you could get on Netflix online. Here's the documentary. I'll give you a little trailer hit right here. I love it. It's like Oscar nominee. Yeah, anyway.
It's so manipulated.
It shows you how... Yeah, it's a lot of that. It's for sure a lot of that, Sam. And it's. I recommend it if you watch it with kind of your, because Cory Booker completely sold out everybody that he convinced to vote for him back then.
Yeah, he tried to run, and they call him Bathhouse. That's basically what that mayor was saying right there.
Yeah. I mean,
there goes the bathhouse. Yeah. All right, Johnny. Anything else?
Because he was, and it's funny. He's like, he doesn't have a family or a wife or a girlfriend or anything during that time. And it's all those allegations. There's plenty more going on here, Sam. That's incredibly rude. All right, we got the R word. Do you want to talk
gay
about
heavy this episode?
You want to talk about Stefan Diggs on? On this boat.
Well, I don't. This how long I've been out of drug game. I don't even know what pink stuff is.
Yeah, I didn't either. I had to look it up. Apparently, there's pink coke. Just goes around.
Dude, that stuff's crazy.
Well,
He's doing pink coke?
I don't. It doesn't look like he was doing it. He's on a boat with Cardi B, and you can see him hand it to these women and go, "Y'all have fun." Is what it looks like. He says.
Dude, I know guys that do that.
Say y'all have fun to women.
No, they don't do the drugs. They just have it there for the chicks.
Well, you once told me that is a great piece of advice to attract women. I never employed it.
Well, women love free drugs.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
They give it up for free drugs.
What's my name? He says. Daddy? I think he's... Oh, okay. So he's asking the girls to call him Daddy.
Oh, dude, I will lose my fucking skull.
And then she's going to put her arm... The fat one's going to put her hand around
I don't think she's fat at all.
Okay, bro. And then... Look, she's trying to get that shit, isn't she? Look, she's like,
she's not fat.
Give it to me. Okay, bro. You see, y'all go have fun.
She's not fat.
Irrelevant, but she is.
It is irrelevant, Johnny, because your unrealistic body images of women upset me.
Well, I'm just telling you, her BMI would say fat. You don't know.
Someone needs to get pregnant.
It's called BMI, bro. It's a real thing. So he's in a bit of trouble. Mike Vrabel says that he's aware. That's the head coach of the Patriots. Yeah, he's aware of the issue, but they haven't taken any action.
Of course not. They need a wide receiver.
Yeah. What do you think? Is that a big deal, though? I don't really care about that. That doesn't bother me.
Well, my opinion is if I don't care, dude.
One of the women on the boat bike was Cardi B. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Yeah, who's probably the smartest business person out there. I hear she's a shark. She acts like she's the stupid ratchet, and she's really smart.
Yeah, when she was stealing all those credit cards from those drunk guys. And
then that story comes out, and it's like, oh my God, girl.
Let's make a movie about it.
Slay, queen, slay. Ugh. It's just two different rules for men and women.
Yes.
This Gone Girl, if it was flipped,
forget
people would lose their fucking skulls.
We should do that. We should make that. We should get the Daily Wire to make that for us, Sam. We should
Dude, the
pitch
Daily
that.
Wire.
We should pitch that to
Dude,
the
have
Daily
you
Wire.
seen what's happened to Ben Shapiro's channel?
It's falling apart, right?
Oh, dude, it's lost like 60% of its subscribers.
People are tired of being lied to.
Well, it's like, again, when it was easy and you were curb stomping purple hair and pink haired people on campuses, you look great. And then it came out that you're Zionist to the core and nobody likes that anymore.
Beyond all reason. I mean, yeah.
Because that's why he's there.
Yeah,
And
I
like
guess.
Nick Fuentes, and everyone can have their opinion on him. You know, I think he's a great speaker. I don't agree with everything he says, but I think he's really an intelligent guy. Showed up one day and ambushed Ben Shapiro, and Shapiro just acted like he wasn't there. And it's like that's the biggest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny, I gotta go.
So Jake Tapper, our favorite, has, you know, he's written this book and has gone
He's
on
so
doing
dumb.
a press tour, and he has this comment now that's kind of been making the rounds about something that happened to his son, or a question he was asked about his son. And I'm curious where you think, if they're losing guys like Jake Tapper genuinely, the Democrats are screwed. Anyway,
Well,
check us
the
out.
problem is that Jake Tapper is expendable, and he's
anybody is.
basically they've thrown everything he's lied about on him, and he's expendable. They're just going to throw him out with the trash. You know, you say whatever they tell you to say when you're making that paycheck, and then when it's so obvious that you lied through your teeth, you lose all credibility. And he's trying to grab credibility right now when he's been on the wrong side of every discussion for the last 15 years.
Well, not only especially when you write a book that is essentially your confession to having lied about the health of the president,
And you
because
know-
the book is about Biden and how he was falling
I know
apart.
people. I don't know Tapper. Jake Tapper. I know people that are like that have basically played the game for the establishment, and then they just run for cover to clean up their lies because it's so obvious that no one likes him. And he's watching everyone around him get axed at CNN, and he's trying to save credibility so people will turn it into a show.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. What do you think is going on here? I'll just play this clip.
On a left-leaning
He says, I went on a
podcast that shall remain nameless, and we were talking about my kids because I think they were both people without kids. And they asked me about my son, and I said he was, you know, he's a football player and he wants to be a policeman. And their joke was about my 15-year-old son. Oh, how does he feel about minorities? Like the idea that he wants to be a policeman, therefore he's racist, my son. And like, you know, that was the big laugh. And then I got dragged in the comments and all that stuff. And I thought to myself, this is why you fuckers are losing elections.
100%.
Like my football playing son, who has no political views. He's 15. He thinks about World War II and gaming and playing linebacker. That's his world. You're deciding he's a racist because he wants to be a cop. And why does he want to be a cop? He wants to be a cop because he wants to help people, you know, and he thinks that's the best way he can help people. And that's how the Democratic Party talks to men, not just white men, but men.
Yep.
And I get the idea that they thought Tim Walz could what's the term he used, code switch or something. He thought that he could translate the Democratic Party values because he hunts and fishes and owns a gun and was in the army and drinks a beer. I mean, at least there was an attempt, but I find it just insane.
So what do you think? It rings to me hollow, but also feels a lot like what Chris Cuomo did when he was on the outs.
That talking point is much different than the Biden talking point, right? And trying to clean up his mess. Like,
Yeah, because he was a party to the Biden thing. He
because
did that.
what he's realized is he's created a monster, and the monsters come for his family.
You think that's genuine, though? What he just did there?
I mean, if that story's true,
It seemed like it, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
that
what you saw from
story is
Cuomo.
true.
Yeah.
That he has a 15-year-old son who wants to be a cop, and these lefties were like, "Oh, is he a racist?" Like, I would be upset too.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
because
curious. If they're losing guys like Tapper, though, they're truly screwed.
well, Tapper also knows, like, he's watched what's happened to everybody in his position.
Yeah.
Whether they're on MSNBC or CNN, they just fade away.
Is it better to burn out or fade away, Sam?
I think it's better to walk out on your own.
Well, those aren't that wasn't an option. Burn out, fade away.
I think both are bad. Fade out, maybe. Burnout is
Classic
fade
question.
away is probably better.
Elon has left government, and he's joined the Black Eye Club. It would seem.
Yep, saw that.
He was there with Trump.
I wanted to ask quickly,
And this is how he explained his black eye in public to the media.
what is your eye okay? What happened to your eye? I noticed there's a bruise there.
Well, it wasn't. I wasn't anywhere near France, so.
We'll get to that in a second.
But
What does that mean?
You know what that means, you fuck.
First lady of France.
I
didn't know
So, no, I just wasn't around with little X, and I said, go ahead, punch me in the face, and he did. Turns out even a 5-year-old punching you in the face actually does.
That was X that did?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Is that anything, or because it's getting passed around a lot, like it's something? Do you believe him?
I mean, I think he's part of a club, so I wouldn't be surprised. When I fell on off my scooter, I was so happy it was the other eye.
Oh yeah, well his was the other eye too, right? The right
No.
eye. It's supposed to be the left eye for the symbol, right? For the thing.
Yeah, but his was
the
the
right eye.
Yeah. I mean, it's the left eye.
Yeah, right. Like Lisa
So,
left eye.
I mean, he's 100%. He's the number one defense contractor, Johnny. You can't get away from that.
No,
that is the fucking biggest satanic cult on planet Earth. That is what's bringing so much pain to the world.
So did you guys talk about this on your other pod? Because if
No.
it's okay. I mean, it's just if you haven't seen it, where have you been hiding? But Macron,
Who's having just a bad
a
month.
tough time. Wait, did our guy that fit his fluffer get to this photo? Look at this; these weird red circles here. Okay, so he's
Fit his fluffer.
He's seen here getting off of the presidential jet, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just something that I'm sure happens all the time to this poor son of. I don't have any sympathy for him, but this poor son of a bitch. And we just caught a tiny glimpse of it. They've slowed it down there.
He
but
loves a look. That guy has zero ability to hide that he got caught. He always has.
Yeah.
Mom, my hand is in the cookie jar.
Whoops.
With Coke, and now he's getting put. And like the way it's slowed down, it's more of a push than a punch, obviously.
yeah, but it's not what you expect.
So
from
I
your
had
wife.
a Twitter poll. I asked, is this gay violence, Family Feud, or
all of the above? Yeah.
no, trans violence, Family Feud, or man-on-man crime?
D, all of the above.
D,
please.
all the above.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, dude, you just got bitch pushed by your trans wife dad.
And you can tell by the way he's taking that's just something he has to deal with. Like, that's life for him.
Yeah. I mean, dude, if you want to wonder if they're a pawn, look at this.
Yeah.
He gets bitch slapped by his trans wife dad.
That look right there, though, is everything, isn't it? Right when he's like, oh, boy, that
And
was on TV.
France is burning right now. I have a buddy of mine I want to get on the podcast. I did a show with him recently, and he says France is fine, which makes me think they're trying to make you...
This face, bro. He's like, oh, boy.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to hear about that
Oh, my
one for
God,
a
I
while.
missed the Coke.
Anyway.
I wonder if he's doing Diggs Pink Coke.
Okay,
Final
so it's
story.
come out, not quite, but we're close. It turned out, according to reports anyway, that Elizabeth Warren was the one that controlled the auto pen. That was according
She is
to
such
the White House
a wolf in
crypto czar,
sheep's clothing.
David Sachs.
She is everything that progressives are, which she presents herself as wholesome, and she will slit your throat, dude.
Dude, the way she was going after RFK the other day during those
Slit your throat, dude.
Hearings.
She's not your mom. She's not your aunt. She's not your older sister.
No.
She's a fucking
hardcore
dead
feminist
liar.
bitch, dude. Yeah.
She was a Republican before she realized she couldn't win as a Republican, so she switched to Democrat.
Yeah, she tried to be like the Bloomberg of the right, or of women, I guess. A key Trump administration official has claimed that left-wing Senator Elizabeth Warren called the shots on the Biden administration's restrictive approach to cryptocurrencies. White House AI and crypto czar David Sachs argued Tuesday night that Warren, the Democrat from Massachusetts, has a, quote, pathological hatred for crypto and pushed the Biden administration to suppress the nascent technology. And he also went on to talk about how she was kind of the person behind the auto pin, which is, I mean, that
She's
is
a mega
a
con.
damning accusation.
Last story.
President Trump and his allies have reportedly suggested that aides to former President Joe Biden used an auto pin, and that she, again, was the one in control
Yeah,
there.
she's a.
Did you see that Cynthia Nixon from Sex and the City?
Oh God!
Did you see what she said?
No. What stupid shit did she
It's
say?
the funniest thing, dude.
It's just that show has been incredibly damaging to women.
Okay. Here, hold on. Okay. This is from Mary Claire, UK, but it was all over the place. Cynthia Nixon isn't afraid to call out Sex in the City, the thing that gave her her entire career, for some of the things it just got wrong. The actress and politician has been reflecting on the show.
Shutting doors
and
behind you.
What she said most recently was that it's still pretty great, but certain things have not aged well. It was always very difficult being on a show that was so white, she said, Sam. I always hated that.
It's just annoying. Why are you making me listen to this shit? I'm so sick and tired of
this
people
right here.
shutting doors behind them. You're the whitest bitch on planet Earth. There's nobody whiter than you. You're almost invisible. You're so fucking white. And you're like, oh, you're tired of white people? Leave.
Quit. Yeah.
Quit the
bitch.
show.
Yeah.
You lazy. It's like that chick who's like doing voiceovers and she played different race things. And then now she's made all her money. She's like, white people shouldn't be voicing black character. Get the fuck
Same
out
thing
of here.
with Peter Dinklage, too, saying that little people shouldn't get to be dwarfs and stuff after he had a whole career of doing
Fuck out of here, dude.
When we
LA
would
loves to shut doors behind them.
when we would raise the issue, we were told this is Candace Bushnell's world and it's a very white world. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Like that is true.
Just fucking lazy.
More AI fear porn. AI generated reading list appeared in the Chicago Sun Times, recommended by a fake expert. It's being covered by. So there was a column, or not column,
Welcome
but
to the future, dude.
a fake AI piece,
I'm
just
telling
completely
you, dude,
hallucinated.
people
Books didn't exist.
Are
The
gonna
expert
start
didn't
getting
exist.
off the internet, dude.
Well, it's more and more, dude. And the videos now and the photos are just so convincing.
Well,
bro.
you know, it's like, Dan Bajano or whatever the fuck his name is. He's like, yeah, we're going to show you the video we got. Oh, you mean the video you said the cameras were off and didn't exist? Yeah. The FBI is about to drop an AI deepfakes remix tape. That's what they're about to do.
Oh, you're talking about the Epstein?
Oh, yeah. And all the stuff with Israel and all these like attacks, yet there's no videos and no pictures. None. In a day of everyone having phones.
Yeah, you think they would have prepared
You
ahead
just
of time.
fart in the wind, someone pulls out their phone.
This is the weirdest story. This is from the Sun.
How about Whiteface
and the
right there?
Oh, that is Whiteface. Yeah, it's called Black, BLAQ. They're having a huge Memorial Day sale.
Huge Memorial Day. They're not even sponsored the show. We gave them a shout out. 30% off if you want to do Whiteface.
This is
everybody.
a bizarre story.
But you have to have your tips frosted.
Slave probe. Popular sea shanty band who played Glastonbury are at the center of a slavery probe after cops raid their farmhouse. That's the most adventurous headline I've seen in a while. A sea shanty band, 6 members of the Old Time Sailors. That's a 20-piece. Boy, that's like, what was that? A group
Guess
in the
who's
90s?
not making money? 20 piece.
What was that group in the 90s that was all those people and they wore white?
Tennessee.
No, they all wore like white robes. Oh, hell. What was that?
What was the band that sang Tennessee?
The Polyphonic Spree is who I'm thinking
No,
of.
that's
I don't
what
know
it's
who
not.
you're thinking of, but the Polyphonic Spree had like 1 million. Who sang Tennessee?
Tennessee. All my life is there.
I don't know that song. Arrested Development? Is that what you're thinking of?
Very
Okay.
good, yeah.
they had a lot too. A sea shanty band is at the center of a major modern slavery probe. It sounds like their house, I guess where all these people live, this farmhouse got raided.
The smell.
The claims are that musicians, including fiddlers, banjo strummers, and accordion squeezers, were being kept in a farmhouse near Tiverton, well, that's an English-sounding town, for little or no wages. So it's just like a slave band, dude. It is understood that the group's leader may have fled. So the group leader, the slave driver, has fled and is being sought by cops. The band, who were due to play Camp Festival, boy, that's a tongue twister, as well as a number of O2 arenas in Birmingham, Manchester, and Bristol this summer, have been forced to cancel their upcoming gigs in Cornwall.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that weird, dude? So it's some kind of sea shanty band slaves.
Oh, my God. I can't believe that fucking hippies are full of shit. That's never happened.
I just want to see if there's like any video report of this. What are they called? The Old Time Sailors. Okay.
Yeah.
Go check out the Old Time Sailors. And
anytime you see someone with an eye patch, just know they're shady.
oh, you don't trust them? What if they're like veterans?
I still don't trust them.
Here they are right here. These are the slaves right here. White slavery exists.
Yeah, guys.
Here's the proof. Check out these fellers.
Gonna spend my money on Sally Brown. Yeah!
I kind of like this. I'm into it, dude. It's funny. It reminds me a lot
Those are the
of.
happiest looking slaves I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, maybe they
This is
just.
some Hobbit shit.
I wonder if it's just like a commune or something, and they're calling it.
How about the
slavery.
guy in the back with the weird things on their eyes?
Yeah, there's something weird.
What
going
is
on.
that?
I think it might just be light. You see, it's kind of like a light.
Oh yeah,
But that's-
because I got the lights right in my eye.
Have you
That
seen
guy looks
Sinners
like the
yet?
most-
This reminds me a lot of the white people in Sinners. They have their own music, and it's kind of like Irish folk music, which is a lot like this.
Maybe they was telling us something.
But anyway, that struck
All
me
right,
as
Johnny,
incredibly
great
bizarre.
show.
Okay, we'll just do the speed round. Just a couple more things. I got a long list of backlog here. There was
Save 'em
okay.
for next week.
No, it's old stuff. It'll be old. There was a UFO, an orange UFO that crashed
Can
into
I
a
pee
fighter
real
jet. Bob Iger told The View that they needed to chill on the Trump criticism.
Yeah,
Did you hear that?
see
What do you think about that? Isn't that
good
funny?
luck telling women that what they can and cannot say.
Okay, we
I'm
got
just
the
telling
slave
you,
ban.
Johnny. This is the problem that Hollywood's gonna. It's that word that I was trying to tell you about forever. It's you remember I spelled it wrong or I said it wrong, and I'm probably gonna say it wrong again. I'm leaving literally in 2 minutes because I have to get up early.
Okay, yeah, I'm just ripping through it. Go. What word? I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on, give me a moment.
Oh, you're looking it up. I didn't realize, Sam.
Real
I
quick,
apologize. I just
dude.
thought you were on your phone like you always are. Go ahead.
Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. Where is it, dude? Come on, man.
And the thing I just wanted, as long
Oh,
as
here it is, Johnny.
Go ahead.
I'll spell it for you. KORENIZATSIIA.
Korin
Zazia.
Korinitsatsia,
Yeah. This is an old communist
an early
playbook
policy
play.
of the Soviet Union for
Yeah.
the integration of
And basically what they
non-Russian
do,
nationalities.
Johnny, is they install party loyalists at every single position. So what Hollywood's problem is that the executive board, the executive branch, and the consumers both know they're over this content. The problem is the middle is rot with DEI. So you're never going to be able to get through there.
And their jobs depend on it. Yeah.
I'm watching Murder Robot. I'm forcing myself to watch it
Me
because I
too,
thought,
yeah.
and it's the most woke shit I've ever seen in my life. To the point, it's like destroying the show. Like the leader is like a 6-year-old chick.
Do you think they're kind of making fun of it a little bit though? Like the gay relationship, the three, like it's kind of like they're making fun of it a little bit.
Really? Okay, it's campy, but I'll tell you, everyone who's like kicking ass are the chicks.
Yeah, that's
right?
a good point. Yeah, no, and the guy doesn't know how to use a gun.
The
yeah.
idiot is the guy,
Yeah.
a good-looking Indian dude, and the robot is a killer robot who's a white guy.
Yeah, cop standing.
I mean,
for the
and
police,
like, dude, every time the guy gets saved, who saves them? 60-year-old woman and 2 lesbians.
Yeah, it's
And I just love the name. I'm
I'm losing interest, but
I am too. It's just like, it's just boring, dude.
all right. The last thing I just wanted to, did you see this 60 Minutes story about there's new evidence from 9/11 that was just hidden that they just found?
Oh, like
Evidence has emerged that could change our understanding of the 9/11 terrorist
my
attacks more than
understanding.
2 decades ago. It was turned over to the FBI in the weeks after 9/11, but our reporting has uncovered it was never shared with the Bureau's own field agents or top intelligence officials.
Why,
after
lost
all
me.
these years, is this crucial
No,
information
it makes
just
sense though because it implicates Saudi is what it is, and
Yep,
they think
still
that
doesn't
Saudi
make
covered it up.
sense. Surfacing?
What are you doing? You're not
I'm
going to listen?
out. I'm not going to hear it.
Well,
It's
don't
Saudi
you want to
Arabia.
hear what it's Saudi Arabia. It's just listen to what
The
it is though.
evidence
It's
is
interesting.
coming to light
It's a
as part of
video.
a long-running
It's a video.
lawsuit
It's
against the Saudi government
It's not. I won't make
by
you.
the
I just want you to
families
see
of
the
nearly
video.
Transmitting these scenes to you.
So it's a guy who was doing scouting for the attacks and sending these tapes back, and they have the tapes now that when they raided his place, it's him doing scouting on the Capitol.
This would be a good place to bomb.
And
I like it.
Well, he met with the attackers like before and was like helping them get set up in the country. And stuff.
So he knows
A
the
voice on
dancing
the video
Israelis.
says in Arabic, "I am transmitting these scenes to you from the heart of the American capital, Washington." This video, recorded in the summer of 1999, was unsealed in
saying
federal
Saudi was
court
involved,
last
but
year
again,
as
it
part of the
deflects
9/11
from
family's
what really
lawsuit.
happened that day.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I think they let it happen, but yeah.
Accusing Saudi Arabia of providing crucial support to the hijackers.
Good show, guys.
Exhibit A in their
Roll, he's
case,
leaving.
the man who made the video,
It's almost over.
Omar al-Bayoumi.
Look at this guy.
who asked a bystander to film him in front
He
of the
asked somebody
Capitol.
else to hold the camera.
The FBI
So
says
that-
Bayoumi was living in the United States on a student visa
And then they interview all
being
these
paid
CIA
by a
people, and
Saudi
they were like, "This could
aviation
have helped
company
us."
in California, despite not showing up for classes or work.
What is the
Sam is
equation for?
leaving me, everybody.
I didn't know.
Bye, Sam.
It's just matter, just equation.